Well, hello, welcome to London and welcome to the final press conference ahead of the first Queensberry promotion show of the year. And my goodness, what a show it is. The return of the unbeaten middleweight contender Hamzah Sheeraz. He is 18-0, 14 knockouts, 12 KOs in a row. But he is taking on the toughest test of his career. He is taking on a Welsh dragon sat here right next to me who believes he can still breathe a lot of fire into this middleweight division. Cracking fight, we can't wait for that. There are title fights galore on the undercard. Hamzah Sheeraz, Liam Williams is your main event. Also, we have the return of Anthony Yarde, clearly one of the best light heavyweights in the world, ahead of a huge 2024. We'll be live on TNT Sports from 7 o'clock. We'll be live in the States on ESPN+, and we'll be live on the Queensberry YouTube channel from 5 o'clock. Now, this event is sponsored by 32 Red, Unibet and Hype Energy Drink. And I think hype is really the key word heading into our main event on Saturday. Hamzah Sheeraz has been getting all that hype. He's been getting the hype from TNT Sports, from Queensberry, from British boxing fans. But Liam Williams will be finding out whether or not the hype is for real. Do not miss this cracking show to start the year. I'm delighted to be joined by the one and only Francis Warren. And Francis, for Queensberry, just a brilliant start to the year. So many great fights. I know you've got Sam Noakes involved as well, who you manage. Give us your thoughts about this.
Thanks, Dev. It's a great show to kick the year off. I think you've got four gents up here, all with different ambitions, but equally it's a very important night for all of them. They've got massive ambitions at different stages of their careers. Masood, I think he's definitely knocking on the door now for that British title. I think Daniel Collins is a name that's been mentioned several times for him. I think we'll come back to Sam in a minute because I've got lots to say about Sam, obviously. The light heavyweight division at the moment is one of those that is, especially in the UK, I think it's one of the hottest divisions in world boxing. You've got a fantastic unification fight out in Saudi between Bivol and Beterbiev. And, you've got several guys from the UK all knocking on the door. There was a great fight between Josh Baratzi and Dan Aziz last weekend. And I'm sure, Anthony was looking on, definitely chomping at the bit for the winner, who happened to be Joshua Baratzi. And I think that's the fight to make for Anthony. So definitely can't be any slip-ups on Saturday. And, and Hamzah sitting here to my right. And it's a great opportunity for him to shine against a man who I know very well, Liam. It's very strange for Liam to actually be doing a press conference with Liam in the opposite corner, but Liam's a bit of he won't mind me saying, an old warhorse of the game these days, and he's going to provide Hamzah with his toughest test. So in terms of top of the bill, quality fights, quality opposition, this is a great show to kick the year off with, and make sure people don't miss out.
Indeed, well said, Francis. Well, let's start with the Commonwealth Silver Featherweight Championship, which will be on the line on Saturday. Masood Abdullah, unbeaten so far in 9 fights, takes on what could be the toughest test of his career. Ashfaq is an Olympian. He's only lost a couple of times, but he contests those losses. And Kes, I'm going to start with you on this one. So many people say no to Masood. All I hear is he said no, he won't fight Masood, they won't fight Masood. You said yes. Why? Straight away,
it's the way I am. It's the way I'm built. I remember being sat outside the shopping centre with my mum at the time, and Lee, my manager, dropped me a text. Literally, that's all it was. He messaged me, and within 10 minutes, me and my coach both were confirmed. So it's literally all it took. It was because I do believe that I'm good enough. I'm more than capable of getting to world level, and this is it's a starting point now at featherweight.
Well, look, Masood's another fighter that's been getting a lot of hype. Do you believe it?
I think he's a good kid. I've got nothing bad to say about the kid. He's a nice kid outside the ring as well, but obviously that changes when that bell goes, and that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a good, tough fight, but I do believe that I come out on top.
Well, he's got a win over a guy that's beaten you. I don't think we can get away from that. He emphatically beat Mark Leach, and Mark Leach has a win over you. Is that just something that we should ignore? Like, what do you think of that?
Well, around that fight, there was loads of issues. I think most of the super bantamweights in the division at the time would have beaten me that night. There was so many issues before camp, around camp, personal stuff. But this is one of those things. I've moved on from there. I've learned loads from the experience. But yeah, it's just, if him and his team want to take that into account, then it's probably better for me because I know what happened around the scene.
Kez, quick question. Do you think I had any issues against Mark?
Issues?
Yeah, I mean, you're saying you had issues. Do you think I had any problems going into that fight?
I wouldn't know.
So why make up any excuses? You lost. That was it.
I lost, that was it. Okay,
it's plain simple. Don't make up any excuses. Be a man, own up to it, and that's it. I had problems going into with Mark Leach as well.
And that's fine. But
yeah, but don't make up any excuses.
But it's
just
simple as that.
Just be like, okay, the better man won. That was it.
Okay, if you're looking at that fight, then
no,
that's fine.
That's what
fine.
it is.
It just seems to me you're looking into that fight, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, but every time I hear this shit, every single time, you're like, oh yeah, I had injuries, I had this, I had excuses, but you're never saying anything that actually happened. What's your excuse for losing to Mark?
Because no one needs to know what really happened.
But so why mention it? If no one needs to know, don't talk about it.
Well,
it's plain and simple.
I'll talk about what I want.
So why mention it if you're not going to?
Because I'll talk about what I want.
That's what you do. You talk.
Yeah, I'll talk about what I want. It's fine.
I'll tell you what, it's lucky you two on the other ends of the tables together, isn't it? You're not any closer, mate.
Kez,
I'm sweating.
You got Sam Noakes sweating. I don't know if you've got Masood Abdullah sweating, but is he underestimating you?
I don't know. Well, we'll find out on the night. But like I say,
I don't underestimate anyone. I show my opponents my respect. That's my duty. I take every opponent seriously, no matter who they are and what level they are. And if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. It doesn't matter. That's part of the sport.
You've been asking for real fights, Masood. This is real. This is an Olympian. This is a guy very much, as you can tell, coming to win. Doesn't really get much realer than this, does it?
No, I mean, listen, I respect Kez a lot. I think he's a great, great opponent. I think it's a good step in the right direction. I do believe he is better now than what he was for Mark Leach. I think I'm going to get the best Kez there is. Let's see what happens Saturday night. But I just don't like hearing this thing every single time. Oh yeah, I lost because of certain issues. I had issues. Sam Noakes has issues. Anthony Yarde has issues. Everybody on this table has issues going into fights. Just don't be real. That's all I'm saying.
I understand that you've been getting messages from fans encouraging you to knock out Kez Ashfaq. I was watching one of your interviews. Is that the case? Tell us more.
That is correct, yeah.
What are they saying?
I think just beat this guy up. He's cocky. He keeps making up excuses. And that's it.
Do you think Kez is going to touch the canvas in this fight? You tend to put people down.
Listen, I'm not naive. His experience is vastly greater than mine. I don't know. I'm going to go in there, same as him, 2 hands, 2 legs. I'm going to hit him with the best shots I can possibly hit, and let's see what happens.
Okay, Kez, let's come to you finally on this fight. I want you to look down the table at Masood Abdullah and tell him what's going to happen on Saturday.
He's getting beat. Simple as that. Since he wants me to be straight to the point, that's as straight as I can be.
Masood, I'm sure you have something to respond with.
Okay.
Well, there we have it. Bubbling up nicely indeed. Commonwealth silver featherweight title on the line on Saturday night. Unbeaten Masood Abdullah against Kez Ashfaq. They took that one up very well. Looking forward to that. Let's move up to the lightweight division where we've got 2 unbeaten fighters. Someone's O has got to go. We've got titles galore on the line. The Commonwealth title, the WBC International Silver title, WBO International title, and now also the coveted British Lightweight Championship. The vacant title will be on the line. Sam Noakes and Lewis Sylvester. Lewis, let's start with you. Big night for you, big opportunity. You're the English champion. You come into this with plenty of confidence. Your own unbeaten winning streak. Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, what a fight. How many titles are on the line? Obviously, I've met Sam before. We've done a few rounds in the past. I mean, that was 3-4 years ago. But, massive opportunity for me to come take what Sam's got. And I've trained hard enough in this camp. I've trained very hard. I've left all my eggs in one basket. I've moved to Steffi's house, my manager's house. And, I've literally given it my all, so I'm coming to take over.
And what do you make of Sam? He looks like a very dangerous lightweight. He looks like he does. He knocks everyone out. What do you make of him?
He's a middleweight, but can make lightweight, can't you? You know what I mean?
And get down and you think I look bad today, you hate it tomorrow. But lucky we were fighting Saturday, innit? Saturday, I'm going to pick you up one-handed, spin your back.
Yeah, well, you'll have to. That's the thing. You're big, but I'm very quick on my feet. So
You are very quick on your feet, I'll give you that.
yeah, but obviously, it's boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll get it. Don't worry. 12 rounds is a long old time.
Oh, it's a big time, man, big time. But like, how many times you been sparring in this camp?
How many times I've been sparring?
Yeah, how many rounds you done in sparring?
Probably 6 to 8, I reckon I've been doing.
Is that it? Yeah.
And they couldn't get through the others.
I like it. No, yeah, it's a great fight. I've got a lot of respect for Sam. He's clearly got power. He wouldn't have had 12 knockouts if he didn't. I've got very good footwork. I'm a back foot fighter. He's a forward fighter. It's going to be bull versus matador, isn't it?
Do you think he's ever been in with someone like you with your skills?
Nah, definitely not. I think I've got the best footwork and the best head movement in the lightweight division at the minute. So I feel like I'm going to be tested. He's going to be tested. I think that I might be getting overlooked. I might not be, but we'll see.
You ain't getting overlooked. But as I'll say to that comment though, head work and footwork don't win fights.
No, I don't know. You're right.
And I will, listen, you pose a lot of problems. And I've been training for that, so obviously Masood and that already started all this beef. Everyone's all ready to go now, aren't they? But listen, it's a good fight. He's trained hard, I've trained hard. You got your little spoon out trying to get it going, but both respectable lads at the end of the day, and obviously we'll see what happens Saturday.
Are you looking at him as the toughest test of your career so far?
Oh, without a doubt. I'm not sitting up here saying I've had a harder fight as a pro, no, but I've boxed movers as amateurs and got older in 3 rounds, so 12 rounds is plenty of time.
So what do you think he's going to do? Is this a case of, in your mind, is this him keeping away and you essentially catching up to him?
I think probably for him as well, this is probably the first fight really that we know each other's games plan, isn't it? To be honest, like really going into it, he's saying the ball in the matador and all that, but listen, I think I just do what I'm doing. I've been working on things in camp, same as he has. Listen, all the talking's getting to the end and I can't wait for this to be all finished and we get in there Saturday.
I can't wait. So a big fry up Sunday morning.
Yeah, mate, and me, mate.
I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
Sam, just for you on this, Maidstone seem to be doing really well right now.
Stone.
Well, what are they calling you, the hands of Maidstone? Or?
Why are you putting on me? You're the announcer. I'm not the one who comes up with all these names.
I just
That's
think
your job.
hands
I've just
of...
got to agree and go, yeah, that's me, yeah. And what's his? He's from Maidstone. His hands are made of stone. Sam, no, how's it going, mate?
There you go. Pretty good, that. But good time. Is there a British title heading back to Maidstone?
Yeah, yes.
Francis, tell us about this fight and what it means for Sam Noakes as well.
I mean, obviously laughing and joking aside, I know the guys have got great respect for each other. There's been some big fights been talked about for Sam later on in the year. The Gavin Gwyn's for European, Mark Chamberlain. But he knows that Lewis provides his toughest test so far. And it's not, like I said, it's a laugh and a joke here today, but come fight night, there's ultimate respect for Lewis, Sylvester, not just from Sam, but I think from myself, from Queensberry and the iBox for actually taking the fight. There was several phone calls made to, it's numerous opponents, and Lewis was the only one that took up the challenge. So fair play to Lewis for being here and putting on potentially fight of the night on Saturday night. Sam's, hands of stone, and 12 wins, 12 knockouts. And as his manager, I've got firm belief that Sam can go and do great things in this sport. He's one of the most likeable guys you meet, not just in boxing, not just in sport, but in general, and he deserves every bit of success he gets.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
He's made several defences of his WBC International Silver, won the Commonwealth, defended that, and now we've got the vacant British, and to add to that, a really good ranking title for the WBO. So we are full steam ahead with Sam's career, and he's got every opportunity this year to go and make a serious dent in the lightweight division on a European and then world level, early 2025. But there's a man to my left in Lewis Sylvester who's here to stop him doing that. So it's a great fight, and just very much looking forward to seeing Sam, fingers crossed, become multi belt world champion, and get to 13 wins, 13 knockouts.
Well, unlucky for Sam. Lewis, let's come to you for your final word. Just have a little look at Sam down the table. You've said plenty to each other. What's your final word to Sam?
All the best. Keep safe.
Yeah, respect for always,
Let's
mate.
have a good fight, mate, yeah.
See you Saturday. Well, I'll see you tomorrow as well, mate. That's why the announcers left to you, Dev. Don't make mistakes like that, mate.
Yes, that you will be seeing each other at the weigh-in and the face-off that you're going to do very shortly. Let's keep things moving. The return of Anthony Yarde this Saturday night as well. I think he's, it's not just my opinion, clearly established right now as one of the best light heavyweights in the world, one of the best out there. Anthony, fight number 28 for you now. That's racking up now, right? But you must feel like a fighter at the peak of his powers after that Beterbiev fight, after everything that you showed. You must feel in a good place.
Time flies. It flies. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming, all the media, everyone in attendance, everyone up here. Yeah, man. Time don't wait for no one. It's been a fantastic career. Been brave, worked hard. I will continue to do so.
How are you feeling heading into this one? It feels like this year could be very, very big for you, and obviously you can't look past your opponent on Saturday.
Of course. All I know about my opponent so far is he's won 32 fights, only lost 3. I'm not overlooking nobody in this whole sport. I've never done so. So it's just going to be another explosive performance from me.
It feels like you're starting to get your flowers a little bit more now. You know, people have criticised in the past, but after that performance against Artur Beterbiev and then seeing how others have performed against him, do you feel like you are getting your flowers and you're getting credit for the bravery that you've shown?
That's never been my focus, really, because one thing I know in this sport is you can't please everyone. There's people in this room that are going to like me, people in this room that are not going to like me, and the same for people around the world. You cannot please everyone. Some people will like my style, some people will not like my style. Some people will like the route I've taken, some people will not like the route I've taken. So, again, I'm not in the business to be a people pleaser, because that's when you fail. My thing is just do the best I can, keep working, keep knocking people out, that's what's exciting, and keep rising until I get to the top.
Well, there were 2 light heavyweights that did the best they could this weekend just gone, Joshua Buatsi and Dan Aziz. You must have watched it. What did you think?
I watched it. It was an entertaining fight, to be honest, especially near the end. You know, they started exchanging and things like that. I just see it as they're 2 fighters that are trying to rise to world level. I feel like I've shown a bit of my character, you know, in the fights that I've taken. Going out to Russia, I got offered step-aside money. I said, no. Let me go to Russia. Let me get it cracking. Same thing with Beterbiev. Everyone avoided Beterbiev. I said, no. Bring him. Let me fight him. And the same with anyone else. If the fight makes sense, I'll fight anybody. I've proven that I don't need to talk. When it's time, we'll make all these fights happen.
We know you're not the type to call people out. You've never called anyone out in your whole career. The fights just kind of materialise.
Yes.
But it feels like there is a push. Joshua Buatsi has mentioned your name. The fans have been calling for this for years. You sound open to that fight as well. I'm actually hearing he'll be attending on Saturday night as well. Give us your thoughts on that fight.
Only if we let him in.
Only if we let him in.
No, you can let him in. I think it's a big fight, especially in British boxing. We don't know what route he's going to take. I know he got offered the Bivol fight. He turned it down. We'll see. Hopefully it does happen. I did say, again, I went on Sky and I said, I want to fight Buatsi this year. Or the winner this year. Obviously now it's going to be Buatsi. But there's other names. Callum Smith, I'll fight him as well. If I get a world title opportunity tomorrow, I'll take it. That's just how I'm built. I want to become world champion. And yeah, these guys can't hang on me. That's honestly what I believe.
And finally, fireworks Saturday night?
Always. Explosive performance. Entertainment for the fans and for the supporters. I don't even like to call them fans, the supporters, people that support the sport.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Anthony.
Lions in the camp!
Gets me every time. I saw the hype bottles jump up. Thank you, Anthony Yarde. Let's move on to the main event. Huge fight. You're not going to do it again, are you?
No.
Right, huge fight. Hamzah Sheeraz. Poor Sam Noakes over. You were sweating earlier from that, and now you're all over the shop.
I forgot all the cameras looking at me. Like that.
Hamzah Sheeraz, 18-0, unbeaten 14 knockouts, 12 knockouts in a row, takes on Liam Williams. There's the WBC Silver title on the line. The Commonwealth middleweight title is on the line for this fight as well. It's the main event, and we can't wait for it. Let's begin with Liam Williams. Liam, I've been watching your Instagram. I've been watching the training videos, and I'm having to sort of like check the dates and be like, are these videos from like 4 years ago when you were knocking everyone out? They're actually videos from right now. So it looks like you're having a tremendous camp, and you look in great shape for this fight.
Yeah, mate. Camp's gone really, really well. Trained my nuts off. Yeah, I'm ready. If I'm not ready now, then I never will be. So, you know, I feel like I've turned back the clock a little bit, and you know, I've got back that injection of, you know, just got that killer instinct back, and really digging in and putting the work in. You know, I want to be the best. So, yeah, camp's gone great. Weight loss very well. I'm in great shape. Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, the fight was meant to happen in December. Hamzah Sheeraz pulled out with an injury, you know, unavoidable, but can't have been easy for you. Must have been a bit frustrating, having to train over Christmas, right? Did he ruin your Christmas?
Yeah, he did a little bit. To be honest with you, I was planning to fight in November, yeah.
December, yeah.
December. Yeah, I was hoping to fight December and have a couple of weeks, bit of a chill out. But you know, it is what it is. It didn't do me any harm. Stayed fit over Christmas. If anything, it made me better for this fight now. So yeah, it is what it is. I still had a little run out. Didn't really take much from it because obviously, for those who've seen, didn't even last a round. It was like 1 minute and something. So yeah, couldn't really take a lot from it, but still going through the process of making the weight. Just going to the arena and your hands wrapped, just everything that comes with it, you know. So yeah, it was good to get that, but you know, this is the real one. This is where we want to be now.
Well, Queensberry, Hamzah Sheeraz, Frank Warren, why have they picked you?
I don't know. Personally, I think it's a bad mistake. You know, they're bringing me in to get beat by this guy, and he's very good. He's talented. He's obviously big for the weight. The list goes on really, but I don't think I'm the right guy for the job. I think you brought in the wrong guy.
Well, let's get Hamzah's thoughts on that. Hamzah, let's bring you in here. You are defending your titles against this man to my left. He says he's the wrong guy. Give us your thoughts heading into this fight.
First and foremost, as always, I'd like to thank the Almighty Allah for allowing us to be here today. I'd like to thank the media, Francis, Frank, Andy, Alien, my team, Ricky, happy birthday. I'm just looking forward to it, Dev. Put in the work. Don't really have much to say, to be fair, but yeah, put in the work. And yeah, Saturday night, let's go.
Well, he got a fight in. He talked about that fight. He knocked out the fellow in a round. Looked pretty dangerous in there. He says that he's benefited from that fight as well. What did you make of all of that? And has he gained an additional benefit from knocking out someone in a round before you?
I mean, he's always looked dangerous, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? He's got a lot of knockouts. The respect is there, to be fair. I'd be a fool not to. But like I said, in terms of how preparation went for this camp, we prepared for the best version of him come Saturday night.
Do you think the best version still exists?
I mean, in my head, for sure. In my head, for sure. Like I said, if I didn't think otherwise, I wouldn't have prepared how I prepared and whatnot. And listen, it's my time to shine now. Do you know what I mean? It's my time to shine. I know you hear that all the time. You get a lot of fighters saying that, but listen, I win Saturday night. I win in good fashion. There's big things in 2024.
Well, Liam, when you look at his record, 18-0, 14 knockouts, knocking out 12 people in a row, do you see anyone on there that may have given you trouble, or do you think you'd have done exactly the same?
No, one of them, mate. I would have done exactly the same to every person he's knocked out. And that's no disrespect. He can only beat whatever's put in front of him. But as I said, I would have done exactly the same to every one of them. Yeah.
Is it a padded record then?
No, it's not a padded record. He's had a couple of good wins, couple of stiff wins, but I don't really feel like he's been in with someone yet who's really tested him and stuck it on him, you know. On Saturday night, we're gonna see how he holds up there.
Well, Unibet have you, and that's our sponsors for this fight. Unibet have you as an underdog, 7-2, just over about 3.5 to 1. Are they right? What do you think? Is it a bit unfair?
Good for them. I couldn't give a fuck why they got me.
Shout out to our sponsors, as always. Thanks for that, Liam Williams. Another one for you, Liam. Look, I'm reading some of the comments online about this fight. A lot of people are picking Hamzah. I'm sure you don't care. But one comment that I keep seeing is that Liam Williams' punch resistance has gone. They're saying you can't hold a shot anymore. Why is that out there?
They're obviously going off the Eubank loss back, was it 2 years ago? Yeah, I'm not going to go into any details, but there was reasons for that, and I obviously know firsthand what the reasons are, but it's not really to talk about here. Again, don't care, leave them, keep believing, and we'll find out Saturday, because, you know, Hamzah can punch. He seems to be able to punch very hard. And there's going to be points of the fight where he's going to be hitting me. So we'll soon see what the resistance is like, won't we?
Hamzah, your middleweight fights, 2 rounds, 5 rounds, 2 rounds, 2 rounds. Do you think Liam Williams can take you into the second half of the fight on Saturday?
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so, because there needs to be a point in your career where you need to go past these certain rounds to answer the questions and whatnot. But listen, if that doesn't happen, I won't be complaining.
What's the ideal night for you?
A win, a Hamzah Sheeraz win. Listen, that's it. All depends on that. For me to achieve my dreams, for me to make my team proud, and people who invested their time in me. Do you know what I mean? I've got people flying in from LA, from Dubai today, landing. Do you know what I mean? So I have to put on a performance not for myself, but for them as well. I'm doing this for them as much as I'm doing it for myself.
You think you can stop him?
That's the plan. That's the plan. Like I said, a win is the main priority for now. But the way I've been with Ricky and the way we've been gelling, and obviously with Taz and whatnot, I don't see why I can't do it.
Well, Chris Eubank couldn't do it. Demetrius Andrade couldn't do it. He's only been stopped on a cut from Liam Smith. What makes Hamzah Sheeraz so different?
Just the way I am, the way I approach things. I believe my mentality and the way I work in camp is elite level, and I'm rubbing shoulders with great champions in LA as well, so I'm only learning off them. And like I said, listen, at the end of the day, I went to LA for a reason, and I chose Ricky for a reason, because he's seen it, been there, done it. So all I've got to do is listen to him and make it happen, and make the right things happen as well.
Well, Liam, we did an interview when this fight was first supposed to happen. It was back in November. We did the press conference. And you said to me, I see me chinning him. I've played it in my mind over and over. I know the shot, and I know when I'm going to do it. So that was a little while back now. Do you still see yourself chinning him? Do you know the shot? Do you know where, when?
Yeah, mate. All still the same view, same vision from me. Yeah, it is what it is. I think I'm going to stop him.
Can you tell us this shot, this vision? Can you give us any kind of clue? Maybe let Hamzah know.
No, sorry.
Keeping his cards close to his chest there. But you're pretty clear. You just feel that Frank Queensberry, everyone's made a mistake here. You're the wrong guy for this fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as I said, I give him his credit. Quality fighter. I've been quite impressed with him myself. So fair play to him. But I just think the timing's wrong.
Can he afford to stand and trade with you?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yes, we will. Francis, brilliant fight, brilliant main event on Saturday. Give us your kind of thoughts on this fight.
Well, you guys have said it always. It's a terrific fight, and two guys who have got ambitions of world level, title fights. Very different stages of his career. Liam's been there. He's been in world title fights. He's been in big fight nights, and always come through them with flying colours. Mate has got the results that he wants. I was with him in Miami for the Andrade fight. I after an early setback, he showed his true class and his warrior spirit, and he came through that. The Atlantis Fox fight is the one that I kind of pick out as maybe the nearest comparison to the frame of Hamzah, and Liam coped very well that night with Atlantis and dispatched him. So Hamzah's got it all to do. So that being said, I really do believe that Hamzah is the next guy to watch in the middleweight division. I think he's got every single attribute to go on and take on the very best in the world. And I think within the next 12 months, you'll see this man with a world title around his waist. I think he's definitely been one to watch for the past 12 to 18 months. And, people are really now starting to sort of sit up and take notice. And a win against someone of Liam Williams' calibre and quality would really put Hamzah up there.
Liam, just finally, there's been stuff out there there's quotes out there about Hamzah Sheeraz potentially going on to fight Eubank, fighting Liam Smith, maybe even Nathan Heaney. All of these quotes are out there. Do you think they're just overlooking you?
Yeah, definitely. As I said earlier, I think picked the wrong person. I have seen a couple of things where who would you like to see him fight next after this, which obviously hasn't happened yet, but Heaney, Smith, Eubank, and I'm thinking, the fuck are these guys, what are they talking about? He hasn't beat me yet, and he's not going to. So, we'll see how that plays out on Saturday night.
Any final message to Hamzah Sheeraz down the table?
No, good luck. I'm ready for a good fight. May the best man win.
And over to you for your final message, Hamzah.
Yeah, the same. All the best, and looking forward to a great fight.
Fantastic stuff. That is our main event. That is our press conference concluded here. Unbelievable show to kick off the year for Queensberry in 2024. The main event, Hamzah Sheeraz, unbeaten in 18, takes on Liam Williams. We've got the return of Anthony Yarde. We've got two unbeaten lightweights going at it for the British title and many other titles. And Masood Abdullah takes on Kez Ashfaq. Do not miss this. We'll be live on TNT Sports from 7 o'clock. We'll be live on the Queensberry stream from 5 o'clock and live on ESPN Plus in the States. We'll do some face-offs down here and we'll see you tomorrow for the weigh-in. Thank you very much.
Taking some of your drinks, what?
Leave the hopes up here.
What? That one.
This one's still chairs.
face the front. Face cameras first, thank you. Go, Hamzah! Go! Go, Hamzah! You get thumbs up. Face off, guys, thank you. That do you fellas. Thank you very much. Thanks so much, guys. Cheers. Sorry, guys. It's nice, isn't it?
Hey, well, we're back in the room. We've just had the press conference, just had the face-off. I've got a shadow boxing unbeaten fighter in Tunde. There's no blueprint, is there, Tunde?
There's no
blueprint.
5-0.
Oh, come on, and this man's unbeaten as well, Mr. Hamzah Sheeraz.
Big boss. Come on.
You just saw your man there, Liam. He
Yep.
got a bit more feisty than it did the first presser. How do you reflect on your press conference with Liam Williams?
It's just respectful. Listen, I've been brought up to be respectful. It's in my makeup to always be. Do you know what I mean? I've never, to this day, I've never called a fighter out. I've never disrespected a fighter. So yeah, it's just how I am. All about business. And Saturday night we go to war.
He's saying you made a mistake, though, Hamzah. He's pretty clear. He
Yeah.
thinks that everyone's made a mistake picking him. He's the wrong guy.
Yeah. Listen, my last 6 opponents have said the same thing, and I mean that respectfully in a humble manner as well. I think only I know what I'm capable of, my team and whatnot, and this is the perfect fight for me to show it. So let's go.
Hamzah, usually fighters take a loss and then decide to go off to America and try and test their skills out there. It's very unique, and for you to actually take this step early on in your career. How's preparation been going out in the US?
It's funny you say that, because when people ask me, oh, why'd you go out there? I always said, if you look at the likes of Ricky Hatton and Amir Khan, when they took their world title losses, then they went out there, and I thought, listen, if that's a common theme, I'd rather do that now, as long as I got the financial backing and the knowledge via Taz to do so. And he knew everything. If I went on my own and went there, I wouldn't have a clue what to do. And it's just thanks to him, to be fair. Thanks to him. But going back to what he was asking, our preparation's been great. It's been great. We've had the sparring, put in the road work. I know for this fight, I've got to be extra. When people say 10%, I'm talking 100%. I've got to be 100% fitter, 100% stronger, and that's what I've been doing.
And have you got to beat him better than anyone else has beaten him? Because we're talking about Chris Eubank Jr., right? To get someone like his attention, you need to make a bit of a statement. A win is fantastic and it's the most important thing. But do you feel like you need to do something extra to get the attention of people that, maybe aren't looking at you right now?
In all honesty, no, not at all. I'll be honest with you. All that matters is a win, and a win in good fashion as well. Eubank, whoever he's been in with as well, that's irrelevant to me now. That's got that. How they fought him and how I'm going to fight him is two completely different things, and I can't take much from it as well, because every fight, a fighter has different preparation. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, and you never know. So the only thing I can do is prepare for the best version of him, and that's exactly what I've done.
I don't know how much of a front foot fighter Justin Bieber is.
Come on.
That was the camp before.
The one before.
I've not seen him in a boxing ring since, by the way. I don't know what you've done to him.
But what type of fight are you expecting from Liam? Liam's a very aggressive fighter.
Yeah, no, for sure. Tough, gritty. Listen, you just got to look at how we shape up. I'm tall, skinny, ranging. He's short and stocky. So, and the way he fights, he's just going to get in and try and rough me up. And
it's nothing I haven't prepared for. It's nothing I haven't. I understand the game's different with 10-ounce gloves on. It's not the same. It's a completely different game. Under them lights, when you've made the weight and your rehydration matters as well, and all these little factors they play into part. But I feel like, listen, like I said, my time's now. I'm young, 24 years old, and I'm just ready. And yeah, glory to God.
You must have a lot of confidence in your power right now. That 12 in a row at middleweight. 2 rounds, 4 rounds, 2 rounds, 2 rounds. Yeah. You're getting them out of there. You must feel like you're the one with hands of stone, not just Sam Noakes, but it's a bit of you as well.
Do you know what happens? You can't really fall into the trap of believing you have heavy hands. As a fighter, it's a very bad thing to do, and I've done it. It happened to me in the Skeet fight. But before that fight, I thought, I'm knocking people out. He's been knocked out before. All I've got to do is land. And that wasn't the case, and I learned a very big lesson in that fight, and ever that fight onwards, I've never depended on my power again, and I've always said if it comes, it comes, and as long as, like I said, preparation goes well and I've done everything I needed to do, it will happen, and so far it has been.
And Tunde, it's a great fight. I've heard Hamzah referred to as Ilford's answer to Thomas the Hitman Hearns.
Yes.
Well, you must be impressed with this young man.
Oh no, I mean every fight, and I said it to Hamzah and his father, you know, he never seems to... I'm always amazed at how you make the weight. You know, you actually look like a cruiserweight. You know, you can fit in well to the cruiserweight division.
Skin and bones now, bro.
But the thing is that I think being such a consummate professional as yourself and dedicating the way you have been dedicated, I can't see nothing but.
No, I appreciate that. And just adding on to what he was saying there, it's fighters like Anthony and coaches like Tunde himself. Is you learn things off. You take pointers of. Listen, they've gone from the bottom when no one knew him to world titles and being in the ring with Beterbiev, Kovalev, all these guys. So, and I watch boxing. I'm a student of the game, and I see his interviews, and you pick up certain things of just remaining humble no matter what. So I appreciate you.
You say all of that, but the size of you, mate, you'll probably end up fighting him one day.
You never know.
Hopefully we get some beach chill. But we wish you nothing but the best.
Yes.
I appreciate
Thank you very much,
guys.
Hamzah. Swap out the mic for young Masood over there. Best of luck to you, my friend. Hamzah Sheeraz. We're going to bring in another unbeaten fighter, another man in the biggest fight of his career, Masood Abdullah. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Look, it kicked off up there, didn't it? A little bit. You enjoy it?
That was a bit fiery.
I mean, listen, I feel like he's disrespecting me to a certain sense where every time my name gets mentioned, Mark Leach gets mentioned. It's like, bro, we're two different fighters, we're two different people. Show me the courtesy and show me the respect and talk about me when it's mentioned. Don't always divert shit to Mark Leach.
How are you enjoying this spotlight now? Because I know you're a person, you've worked hard, and I remember talking to you at Anthony calls it the retired boxers speech, and I remember you telling me you going up north and finding out about diet and nutrition and just how, I mean, all this lights, attention, how are you finding it?
Personally, I don't care.
Yes,
I really don't care. I just want to train, I want to hit people in the face, and I want to get paid. Those are the only things I care about, and I want to be active. But that's it.
What type of fight are you expecting from my man?
So, Kez is a really good boxer. He's got amazing feet work, he's got fast hands. My question is, how long can he stay away from me? And, he's got a vast number of experience. I've had only 34 amateur fights. This guy's had hundreds. Competed in the Olympics.
Yes.
When he won his second national title fight, I was still learning how to speak English. So this speaks volume. When he retired from amateur boxing, I had just started. So I'm expecting a really good fight. I'm expecting his experience to show. And honest to God, I'm expecting me to come out on top.
It's interesting. You were talking up there about take your losses as a man. You really zeroed in on that.
Yeah, because every time my name gets mentioned, he mentions Mark Leach. Listen, Mark Leach is a great guy. I really like the guy. Me and him are still friends. Just show some respect. That's all. Like when I mention Kez, I mention Kez. I don't mention anybody else, and that's it.
A lot of people don't understand about when it comes to making matches, and I heard Francis say up there, it's been very difficult to match you, and I know firsthand, especially when you hear it from the outside. He ain't fighting no one near. A lot of people don't realise that it's actually not the fighter's fault. The fighters oft times want to fight, but people outprice themselves. They ask for crazy demands. How have you found that?
It's been crazy. It's been crazy, but it's a good thing that I love to train. It's a good thing that I love to be in the gym, just continuously work, continuously develop, because I came into the sport late. And that's all I care about. I just care about developing, progressing and growing. Kind of like Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde, like, look what he's doing now.
He's still learning.
Everybody is scared of him. He's in a very good position. Personally, I would have him go up. Do you know the 5v5 thing?
Yeah.
Have him fight Joshua Buatsi for great
anyone.
money. That's it.
We'll fight anyone. Don't worry
Get,
about
get, get the Saudi money going.
Listen, it's about you.
Yeah.
Saturday night is about you. We got our things to take care of.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that.
Listen,
Thank you.
Masood, you've made no secret that you do fancy a bit of Nathaniel Collins. You are the Commonwealth silver champion. He has the gold. Do you expect that fight to happen? And how confident are you about that fight should you come through Kez Ashfaq?
I don't care for Nathaniel Collins anymore. If he doesn't want to fight, because we've offered him a fight, we've offered him even money to release the Commonwealth title. If he doesn't want to fight, I don't care. I just cared about the belt, that was it. If that doesn't happen, I'll go the international route. Plain and simple. Cool, you don't want to fight? My stock is higher than yours now. I can walk away and get fights elsewhere.
You've made it very clear that a lot of fighters have turned down fights with Masood Abdullah. Obviously, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Although maybe it is. Maybe
Collins was supposed to be here instead of Kez. So yeah.
Why don't people want to fight this guy?
Well, you know, it's like the cross you bear when you're an exciting fighter, and that's the side I feel that a lot of the fans don't get. You know, you got a young man like Masood. He wants to fight, but it's just you just have to be patient. And one thing I can say, there was a time we didn't fight for a year. You know, we was out for whatever reason, but Ant was in the gym, and it's highlighted to me that you say that's where you love to be.
It makes it easier when I have good coaches with me as well. So it just makes it enjoyable. And again, it's something which I love to do. If I wasn't getting paid, I would still be doing it.
Yeah, and that's why I believe you will reach the top.
Thank you.
Tell us then, how's this fight going to go on Saturday? First bell rings. What's going to happen, Masood?
We're just going to feel each other out for the first couple of rounds because, again, he's still very good. Depends how long he can get away from me and how long he can stay away from me. Eventually, I'm going to close down the range. Eventually, I'm going to punch him. And let's see how he reacts to that.
Okay, can't say fairer than that. Thank you very much, Masood Abdullah. Brilliant stuff. Great to see you. Sort of handshake / mic check. Tunde, let's talk about Anthony. Right?
Yes.
Look, the guy he's fighting, he's no slouch. Okay,
absolutely.
He's not overlooking him. But I don't want to talk about other fights as well. But just tell me a little bit about Nikolic. In the amateurs, he's got a good win on his record. He's won plenty of fights. Exactly.
And I don't know why anyone would play down a fight like this. This guy is more experienced than last week's two fighters in Joshua Buatsi and Dan Aziz. He's got more wins on his record than Anthony. He's got the same amount of defeats, 3 defeats. And as you said, he has that amateur pedigree. What people, and I'm not going to stop saying it, have to understand about Anthony Yarde is that in under 40 fights, not 50, 40 amateur and professional, he has boxed for 2 world titles. That is nothing short of special and remarkable. And so it's almost a pat on the back that people expect us to be fighting harder fights, because it's like you fight the Kovalev, you fight the Batavias, there's nothing higher than that. And I have to say that regardless of what anyone thinks, Anthony Yarde continues to show that he will fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. I've believed for a long time there is no one in this country certainly on Anthony Yarde's level. It's just not happened. Like, Anthony Yarde is leaps and bounds. This is why in under 40 fights he's fought 2 Russian killers and come up short. But again, he's still learning. And Saturday night, you're going to see probably, I don't want to talk too soon, probably the best Anthony Yarde you've seen in his career.
Well, look, there is a man who we are hearing will be in attendance on Saturday night who believes he's certainly on Anthony Yarde's level. Ring Magazine actually have him as the number 3 light heavyweight in the world in Joshua Buatsi after his win over Dan Aziz. It must be a fight that's on your mind. Of course, Nikolic, but you are the manager. You must be thinking about what could happen next. Joshua Buatsi seems a great fight.
Yeah, you know me, I don't really like to disrespect fighters at any level. But sometimes I really have to scratch my head where these rankings come from. Because, like, yeah, you've put JB ahead of Anthony Yarde in the ratings, but who has he fought? what challenges has he taken? You're talking about a former Olympian who had a whole backing, a whole support system that still hasn't fought for a world title, who has built his career off of Anthony Yarde. And that's just a fact. So you're talking about a guy that's come from ground zero, 12 amateur fights, no Olympic pedigree, that's taken on the best, has been offered the fights and never, ever, never turned them down. So I'm like, these rankings don't mean nothing to me. Real fighting people, real boxers, real fans will know that the young man standing next to me is, in my opinion, he's pushing me. In my opinion, he's pushing me for more than...
There you go, he's getting you off camera. He's getting you off camera. He won't stop talking at
Yeah, but in my opinion, the most exciting light heavyweight. And, sometimes I think people can misread me, but just go check the stats. People talk about the caliber of opponent, but even if you look at the numbers, because it's all about the numbers. If you even look at the numbers, Dan Aziz and Joshua Buatsi, 140k views. Callum Smith against Beterbiev, 300k views. Callum Smith against George Groves, 300k views. Anthony Yarde against Beterbiev, 3.6 million views. Anthony Yarde against Kovalev, 3.4 million views. Anthony Yarde. So it's quite obvious that Anthony Yarde is head and shoulders above everyone, and I can't wait. I think if there's anyone, if they can find someone who's more excited than me to see Anthony Yarde fight and return this Saturday, I'll give them what's the highest currency? I think it's a £50 note. No, there's a £500 note, You know that?
I mean, you might have some.
I need a few of them.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. Anthony, look, we were just having a chat about how far you've come, the fact that you've boxed for 2 world titles in so few fights, no amateur experience. It's this conversation that we have every time, but it feels like with what's happening in the division, it's more apparent than ever. What you've achieved so far is a bit of a miracle.
It's just beautiful. Nothing short of beautiful. Come on, everyone knows that, I thank God every day, because my journey throughout my life has been amazing. I was just a boy that went Forest Gate Community School, was raised in Stratford, born in Hackney, a true East London boy. And again, when I'm still in my area or whatever, I'm a big inspiration, because people that know me and that went to school with me or whatever, they actually can relate and say, we know you from young, like you're Ant. And look what you're doing now, like, do you get what I'm saying? So it's actually a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, Tunde said it, he feels, certainly in this country, you're head and shoulders above any other light heavyweight in this country.
Yeah.
I know you're not really one to blow your own trumpet, but do you agree with that?
Absolutely. I think as I call him Unc, as Unc said, I think just Floyd Mayweather made the saying so famous: men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Mm-hmm. Again, I think Unc's talking about the YouTube views or whatever. But I know that statistically and factually, I'm the most viewed. I bring the most attention, and I think I'm the most exciting fighter out of the whole bunch. I'm very, very humble as well. I should be a bit more arrogant, a bit more big-headed, especially for what you're saying. No amateur experience. I come into the scene, as Ali says, turn up, show up, blow up.
Yes.
Made a name for myself. Created a lot of attention. Taking on these big challenges. I think that's what people actually. I think that's where the respect's starting to come. I've taken on challenges when I didn't really need to. I could have done the protected prospect thing. I went out to Russia. I said, nah, forget all that. Where I'm born and how I was raised is, if you get an opportunity, you go for it, and you try your best. That's what life's about, because I don't want to live my life with any regrets, and we'll keep rising.
Listen, I've seen a few quotes out there from Buatsi after his fight with Aziz, where it does sound like he's interested in you. You can both talk about this. It sounds like he's interested in you. He's aware. He's won a final eliminator. Those belts, they're tied up. Beterbiev and Bivol, they're fighting. They might have a rematch. Who knows? He fancies you as his next fight. Do you think he's serious?
Well, I think he is serious. I've been serious as well in saying that. I think we should fight this year. The way I'm seeing it is Bivol and Beterbiev are fighting for undisputed. And as I've always said, you know, a fight like me and Buatsi, because it's such a big draw, world title fight. You know, if the belts that scatter, that will put the cream on top of, that will put the icing on top of the cake, should I say. If not, we can still get a cracking. There's other fights out there. I won't name too many names, but there's Callum Smith. There's other world title fights. And for me, again, this is my manager, trainer, Frank Warren, promoter, other people in the background that make decisions. I've always been like this. Put them in front of me, I'll fight them. I don't care. I've always said that. So there's people behind the scenes doing whatever they want to do. I've seen Buatsi face to face, and we spoke about a potential fight, and we need to make it happen. And yeah, man, I'm here.
What are your advantages in that fight?
Everything.
You do everything better than Joshua.
I think I'll do everything better. The only thing he has ahead of me is a better amateur pedigree. I feel like I've had tougher fights, or I've fought better people than him. Again, I think his best wins were against Dan Aziz and Craig Richards, which went with both of them went points. As a British rival, I think my biggest test on paper against a British rival was Lyndon Arthur. I stopped him in 4 rounds. I fought 2 avoided world champions, hurt both of them, almost knocked out Kovalev. Not going to talk about all the speculation about performance enhancement drugs and things like that have happened after I fought them. But I can only take confidence from it and keep rising.
Tunde, you align yourself with Anthony's views? He does everything better than Buatsi?
Oh, absolutely. You know, sometimes I can be a bit more vocal about it. You know, and I love it. I'm happy that the two of us, we're two different sides of the same coin. I feel Anthony Yarde has been the #1 light heavyweight in the UK since his 10th fight.
I have.
Yeah, 2 sides of the same coin. And you know, it just, I don't know why anyone would think any different. You know, as Anthony has clearly stated, he's taken on the challenges which the aforementioned have been offered and turned down, knowing that they've got way more experience than him. So it's called the fight game. It's also called prize fighting. And I just feel that Anthony continues to show that he is that. He's a fighter, and he will go where the best decisions are made for him, his team, and himself.
Just last one on Buatsi, just because people are talking about it. There's talk that he's going to be there on Saturday, watching on. If he jumps in the ring, you can have it out. Well, what's going to happen if he jumps in the ring and wants to...
I think he should only get in the ring if he's invited. Because the heat of the moment, you know. No, I'm joking. Now, me and him have seen each other quite a few times. Both London boys. He's from Croydon, which again is classed as South London. Some people class it as outside of London because it's so far.
Yeah.
Again, all I'm focused on is my opponent on Saturday. I want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And then we talk about all these other potential fights after, you know. Because I'm just saying this now. I'm saying this live. If Bivol and Beterbiev fight, and I get offered a fight that makes more sense than a Buatsi or anything like that, I'm taking that fight. I know people in the background might have their little say about that, but I'm going with which fight makes the most sense. It has to make the most sense. And again, we both need to be paid fairly and paid what we're worth. So I feel like that's the be-all and end-all of it. And yeah, hopefully you've been to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I ain't been to Saudi Arabia yet.
Little glow up. I'm trying. Anthony, brilliant. Best of luck to you on Saturday night. Great to have you back, Tunde. Thank you so much for joining me as well. And that is our feed today. Thank you so much for joining us. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Anthony Yarde is back on Saturday night. The main event, of course, is Hamzah Sheeraz against Liam Williams. Join us tomorrow for the weigh-in. See you then.